Today I have something really different for you. Virtually all of the gold pay dirt sold online, whether it's dredge cons or pay dirt or somebody mixing gold he bought from a pawn store into garden soil in his backyard, is sold as placer gold. That is gold recovered from a river. This is completely different. This is hard rock mined ore. It's from the Crisson open pit mine in Georgia. What they do is they scoop up from their mine a bunch of gold bearing, hopefully, rocks and ore, and they feed it into a stamp mill where it's pounded down to consistency of very fine sand. Then they run it through a trommel and I assume a sluice combination, which concentrates, for this particular product, 30 gallons of the crushed ore down to about a half a cup of concentrated ore. Because that's such a small amount and people wouldn't be too interested in paying a lot of money for it, what they then do is mix that into about a gallon of sand so that people have enough material to pan out to make it worth their while and be entertaining. In January of 2017, this nominally 1 gallon package of ore cost $85 plus $13.45 shipping. I got very good customer service, even though there was a federal holiday after it was shipped. I got it within 1 week, and I had a question about it, and I sent the people at Crisson Mines an email, and it was answered within 3 hours. So that's really good, and the answer was complete. So I really appreciated that. The material does look like sand. It's shipped wet, but that doesn't matter because it's sold by volume and not by weight. Here's what the classification looked like. If it looks like there's a lot more material than in the normal pay dirt reviews I do, it's because there's a lot more material. The approximately the 1 gallon by volume came out to be about 9 pounds of pay dirt. Now most of it was concentrated in the plus 20 and plus 30 mesh. Practically no black sand. The material is extremely dusty, and there's an awful lot of very fine mica that will go into the air. So since this comes wet, is shipped wet, I would recommend dealing with it wet and not drying it out to classify it as I did. Okay, now what I have to do is process all this stuff. Usually I spend about 4 to 6 hours to process 2 pounds. How long this is going to take me, I don't know. Wish me luck, folks. And here's what I recovered. 2 in the plus 8, 4 in the plus 12 mesh, about a dozen or so in the plus 20, twice that in these 2 rows, which is the plus 30, and here's where things got interesting. I only found 1 small speck in the plus 50 or smaller. I didn't find any fine gold, and I was expecting, since this is hard rock mining, that the stamping and the crushing process would produce a lot of very fine powdery gold, and in this case I didn't find any. And if you've seen my other videos, you know I regularly find gold much finer than minus 100, so that was a surprise. Another thing is that for a $100 bag of gold, I was expecting a little bit more, but maybe this will weigh out more than it looks. Let's see. Moment of truth. 1.269 grams. Now, in my opinion, that's pretty low for a bag of dirt that cost $100. I would have expected at least 2 grams to be competitive with the upper half of the pay dirt market. Let's run the numbers and see what we have.